fucking god. Jesus. Okay. Morbius. All right, let's get into the review. Morbius. It stars Jared Leto as Dr. Michael Morbius alongside Matt Smith and Tyrese Gibson. This film, Morbius becomes a living vampire after curing himself of a rare disease. All right, so before this movie came out, I guess they were like this movie came out. Before this movie came out, nobody was reviewing the film. Like, people always, when it comes to like these pop culture blockbuster movies, um whether it's a Marvel movie, DC movie, Transformers movies, or whatever, before the movie comes out, people, critics have seen the film early, and then they posted their review of it. There is no review. I guess the review embargo lifted just like 23 hours, 24 hours before the movie came out, which is a day before the movie came out is when. And then I heard like pretty terrible, awful things about this movie, which is something I expected. I'm not surprised, by the way. I mean, I am disappointed, but I'm not surprised. Like, I saw the trailers. The trailers really didn't like excite me or anything. Like, why Morbius? Okay, let's make one thing straight. Like, why Morbius? Like Venom, I understand. There is a lot of fan base. Morbius has fans. Morbius has fans. No, Morbius has fans. Venom, oh my god. This movie has got me all over the place. My mind is scattered right now thanks to this movie. What I meant to say was Venom has a lot of fans. It has a huge fan base. The character has a huge fan base because of the Spider-Man 3 movie, because of the video games, because of the cartoons. Venom has popped up in the cartoons, video games. He was in Spider-Man 3. Everybody knows Venom. I've seen people walking around wearing a Venom t-shirt, and like maybe like a Venom like hat. But does anyone know Morbius? I don't know, like any. I can't think of anything where Morbius showed up, except the 1990s amazing Spider-Man, the animated series, which came, like all those cartoons that came out in the 90s, whether it's a DC, whether it's Batman the animated series, Justice League Unlimited, Superman the animated series, Static Shock, Batman Beyond. Back in the good old days, Batman Beyond. Spider-Man the animated series, X-Men the animated series, the Fantastic Four cartoon. Those were the days, man. The Incredible Hulk. Those were the day. The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man. I could go on and on and on. But yeah, those were the days. And I remember I was watching Spider-Man the animated series, and then that show introduced me to the character of Michael Morbius. I didn't know who the character was, so until I saw that animated series, and I didn't like. But I'll be honest with you, I didn't like the romance between Michael Morbius and Felicia Hardy, Black Cat. I don't like that. I prefer Black Cat always has a romantic relationship with Spider-Man, like an on and off, kind of like with Batman and Catwoman. So that's just my opinion, but whatever. But whatever. But like, does anyone know Morbius except that one cartoon that I just mentioned? I don't know anyone. Nobody knows Morbius. And then the trailer came out. I guess like the teaser trailer came out, and at the end of the last shot of the trailer was fucking Michael Keaton as Adrian Toomes popped up. Hey, Doc. Like, hiya, Doc. And then we got more and more trailers. Hey, Michael, you and I should stay in touch. By the way, this movie, I am going to be spoiling this film. So yeah, be warned. There will be spoilers as we proceed on with this. Do I even want to call it a review? I don't even know. More like a rant. I'm going to be ranting. We're going to be talking about the post-credit scenes because the post-credit scenes were awful. They were awful. There are two post-credit scenes. They were awful, and I'm going to be ranting about those two post-credit scenes. All right, so stick around for that. So I guess I'll go. I'll talk with. I think guess I'll start with the positives. All right. I don't mind. I'm not a huge fan of Jared Leto as an actor. I know he's a method actor. I'm not a huge fan of Jared Leto. I would rather hang. Here's my opinion. I would rather hang out with Jared Leto, the actor, than any one of his characters that he portrayed. Alright, so Jared Leto seems like a really cool guy. He seems like a really cool guy. But I don't like his acting. I'm not a big fan of so much of his acting. Not all of it, but like But I do feel like he is underrated, even though I'm not a big fan of his acting. But anyway, I actually like Matt Smith more than I did with Max Smith. Matt Smith has been Matt Smith. Like I'm watching this movie, and he seems to have so much fun playing this character. Like he does some funny things in this film, and I can't help but there was a scene where he was dancing. I'm not gonna actually, yeah, I am gonna spoiler it. This is a spoiler review. So there was a scene where he's dancing, he's shirtless, he has his new vampire powers. Matt Smith has his new vampire powers. He's dancing shirtless in his like apartment, hotel room, whatever. And then he like flexes his muscle, and then like his fangs, his face starts turning like very monstrous. So I'm like, yeah, Matt Smith is having so much fun playing this character more than Jared Leto as Michael Morbius. But yeah, that's it. That's it. And this movie has like the worst editing. Like I'm so confused. This movie opens up and like this movie opens up and he's on the helicopter. Michael Morbius gets out of the helicopter, like he's holding the clutches, um, and then he's in the cave. All right, we see this from the trailer. All right, we see this from the trailer. He's at the cave. He's at the entrance of the cave, and then he takes like this huge knife, this dagger. He slices his hand, and then he puts his hand with a cut wound close to like this to the entrance, and then a bunch of vampire bats starts swooping in, and I guess they infected his wound or something. And I'm like, okay, that's how he get his superpowers. Okay, so that's how he gets his vampire powers. The movie's opening up, and he's already getting his superpowers. And then it cuts to, I guess, present like 25 years earlier, and then like he's at like this church. He's at this school, I guess. The school, this hospital, and he makes a friend. He meets a young Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves. I'm getting my Matts confused. He meets a young Matt Smith, I guess, and like it just cuts to like present day. Um, it just and then no, I thought like when he cuts his hand and then he puts it close to the entrance of the cave, and then all those vampire bats come swimming in and start infecting his wound on his hand. That's how he get his superpowers. No, like he gets his powers by getting injected in the back, in this ship, like on this cargo ship. I'm so confused. Like I'm so confused on what the hell is going on. This movie has left me confused with the editing choices. The editing, holy shit. The editing in this movie is atrocious. It really is. Like like I said, like I didn't like I was so confused, like how did he get his superpowers? Did he get his superpowers by getting injected through the like in his back? Like his girlfriend injected something, injected a serum in his back, and his back, and then he gets his superpowers? Or did he get his superpowers by cutting his hand and placing it at the entrance of at the cave? I don't know. I'm so confused. I'm genuinely confused on how he gets his superpowers. Huh? What is going on with this movie? I will say this. Another positive I will give this movie, I fucking loved the way they use his superpowers. I love like the echolocation. When he uses his echolocation, it's like a sonic boom. It's like a sonic boom, and it's like a pulse. It's, it's pulsating, and I love it. I love the way his superpowers are displayed. It's so amazing. It's so amazing, and the way he leaps from one thing to another. He glides down, and he glides kind of like a bat. He doesn't fly. He doesn't fly. He glides kind of like a bat does. I mean, if he gets the powers of a bat, I guess that makes sense. He glides like a bat. And also, his echolocation, and then also, him gliding around, and then him like feeling the air waves, sensation around him. I love that. I loved all of that. That was great. I love the way the superpowers. I love the way the superpowers looked, and the way it's displayed, and I want to say Matt Reeves for I don't know why. I always want to why do I keep saying Matt Reeves? The who Matt Smith. Matt Smith, god damn it. Matt Smith. Okay, I love the way the superpowers looked, and how it's displayed, and I love Matt Smith's he seems to have more. He seems to have a fun time playing this character. I don't like his character at all. It's a complete shit. The writing, the editing, the dialogue, all of it is awful. It's atrocious. It's lazy, and there's like no inspiration. There's no originality to any of the things that I just said, that I've just listed. There's nothing. It's all awful and atrocious, and it's it's terrible. It really is. This is, I only did it to protect you. Oh my god, get out of here with that dialogue. Get out of here with that writing, all right? So anyway, I'm not even there's like a girlfriend. Michael Morbius has a girlfriend. I don't, actually, I didn't mind the romance between Michael Morbius. This movie isn't atrocious, all right? So overall, this movie isn't a complete train wreck, kind of like Fantastic Four. But, if I compare this movie to the other Sony Spider-Man movies, it is the Fantastic Four of all of them. This movie is the lowest of the low, the bottom of the barrel. It's worse than Spider-Man 3. It's worse than The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's worse than any of the two Venom movies, It's like at the bottom. It's way at the bottom. It's awful. But anyway, this movie isn't a complete train wreck. It's not complete dog shit. Like I said, Matt Smith seems to have so much fun playing this character, even though I hated his character. I didn't like his character. I didn't relate to the character. I didn't feel for the character, his villainous character. But anyway, yeah. And then, I did like Jared Leto's portrayal of Michael Morbius, even though I'm not a huge Jared Leto fan. The way he talks when he's acting, it's not it's not the best. And I absolutely love the way his powers are displayed. Oh yeah, I guess Tyrese Gibson. Oh yeah, Tyrese Gibson is in. Tyrese Gibson from the Fast and Furious movies is in this film. What the fuck is he doing? Like, what is he doing? Why is he here? Why is Tyrese Gibson here? I totally forgot about it. Yeah, Tyrese Gibson. I just remembered Tyrese Gibson is in this movie. Why is he here? What's his purpose? Like, okay, so he's a cop, all right? He's an FBI agent. So we got two FBI agents, Tyrese Gibson and this one guy, Agent Rodriguez or whatever. And both of them are hunting down Michael Morbius. But there's no resolution to it. It kind of feels anticlimactic. There's no resolution. There's no like finishing point. Like he's like like Tyrese Gibson's like he there's no closing patch. You know, there's no closing. It's just I don't even know what's going on. I expected like the FBI crime scene to connect to Michael Morbius, but it really doesn't. Like they arrest, they encounter Michael Morbius. They encounter Michael Morbius. All right. They locked him behind bars. Michael Morbius gets out of prison, and then that's it. That's it. That's all we see of Tyrese Gibson. That's all we see of Tyrese Gibson. He arrests Michael Morbius and he interrogates him, and then that's it. And then he's at like the last scene of the film, and then the movie's over. That's it. That's it. That's all we see of Tyrese Gibson. Jesus Christ. And then also okay, so let's jump into the post-credit scenes. The two post-credit scenes, because it's the two that I really want to talk about. All right, it's the two that I really want to talk about. All right. And I know all of you want to talk about it. What do I think about it? You all see I'm pretty sure if you've seen this if you clicked on this video, before you clicked on this video, you've seen my out of the theater reaction to it. It's like 20 seconds long. Fuck it. What the fuck? The two post-credit scenes. Alright, I guess mid-credit scenes, but who calls it mid-credit? It's a post-credit scene. There's two post-credit scenes, and they're both like 5 seconds long. They literally are 5 seconds long. Like, seriously. They're 5 seconds long. The first post-credit scene, there's like a rift. You know, it's like after Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange's spell, there's a crack in the sky from Doctor Strange's spell and Spider-Man No Way Home, and then Michael Morbius, Adrian Toomes, Jesus Christ, the more I think about this movie, the more my brain is turned into mush right now. It's like scrambled eggs right now. What I meant to say was, Adrian Toomes, I swear to God, if I say Michael Morbius again, if I mistake myself again, I'm going to slap myself in the face. Adrian Toomes gets teleported. Yeah, that's right. So, the first post-credit scene, there's a crack in the sky after the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange's spell, and then Adrian Toomes, the Vulture, gets teleported in a prison cell. Why a prison cell of all things? Like, he could be like teleported in the streets. I guess because the last time we saw Adrian Toomes, the Vulture, he was in a prison cell, so maybe that's why. But like he could have gotten teleported anywhere but a prison cell. Okay, why a prison cell? But anyway, and then the news said like Adrian Toomes has is in prison, and he's going to be released because I guess in this universe, in this on this planet, Agent Toombs didn't do anything. I don't know. I don't think Adrian Toombs, the Vulture, exists in this on this planet in this world. So there's no reason for him to stay behind bars. So they just let him go because there's no he hasn't committed a crime yet in this new world, this new planet. So they let him go. And this is what Adrian said. Hope the food's good in this joint. Hope the food's good in this joint. That's what he said. Like, he doesn't... I'm like, what? Adrian Toombs, the Vulture, doesn't question why he's here in the first place. Where am I? What's going on? What's happening? No, he's like, I hope the food's good. I hope the food's good in this place. I don't know where I am, but I'm hungry. I want food. What the fuck? And also, there's another post-credit scene like that plays like 5 seconds later. It's so fastly abrupt and all that. Okay, so Michael Morbius is driving in his car. Okay, and then he gets out of his car. He's looking at his watch. I guess he's waiting. I guess he's meeting somebody. I wonder who's he meeting. So he's waiting for somebody. He's meeting somebody, and then you hear this loud noise getting closer. This really loud noise getting closer and closer. It kind of sounds like an airplane. It's getting closer and closer to Morbius. He's ready to attack. And then, boom! The Vulture, ladies and gentlemen. The Vulture. Adrian Toombs has gotten his Vulture costume. I don't know where he got his supply. Like, I guess... So he gets out of prison. And then... Okay, so he gets out of prison. And the first thing he does is... we assemble his Vulture costume, because, like, which makes no sense. Like, the resources for his Vulture costume exists in the MCU, but not in this Sony universe. So I guess it's like slightly altered, but like, where the fuck? That's the first thing he does. It's hilarious. The first thing he does when he gets out of prison, he rebuilds his Vulture costume, and then he contacts Michael Morbius. Hey, hey, I don't know how I got here, but I guess it has something to do with Spider-Man, and we're putting together a team. Are you in? And this is what Michael Morbius said, and I will never fucking forgive this, and I will never fucking forget this. I promise you. Michael Morbius says, intriguing. What a huge character shift. It is out of character of Michael Morbius. Michael Morbius in the film is displayed as a, he doesn't want to hurt, like in the trailer, he says like he doesn't want to hurt anyone, but he doesn't know what he's capable of. That's what he said in the trailers for the film. He doesn't want to hurt anyone. He doesn't want to kill anybody. He's a good person. Michael Morbius is a good person. So why the fuck would he say that? Why would he say that? I'm like, who are you? I mean, this is the first time Morbius is meeting the Vulture. I would be like, if I was him, I would be like, who are you? What's going on? Who's Spider-Man? I don't know who Spider-Man is. I don't know who you are, dude. That's what I would have said. That's what I would have asked the Vulture. Like, the Vulture doesn't question. The Vulture, the Doctor Strange's spell is supposed to... He should have been brought back home. Why is he here? Why is the Vulture stuck in the Sony Spider-Man universe? Why is he stuck here? Why? He should be teleported all the way back home, back in the MCU. Why is he stuck here? I guess he's stuck in the Sony Marvel universe, the Sony Spider-Man universe. Vulture, he doesn't question. The Vulture doesn't question why is he here, what's going on. He's like, the food's good, and then he contacts Michael Morbius. Why would? By the way, why would? I have another question that I want to ask. Why would Michael Morbius agree to meet with this stranger, Vulture, to rendezvous and like have this little meeting, this get together? I guess Sony is building their own Sinister Six. We got Scorpion, we got Vulture, and I guess now we have Morbius. That's 3, and then maybe Kraven the Hunter is the 4th. We got 2 others. Who's the 2 others? Oh my god. Mysterio's dead. I guess there's nothing. Venom? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Morbius is a good person. Ugh. He's a good person. He would not agree to any of this. Why would he agree? Why would he say that? That one word made me and all of you, everyone, go, what the fuck? What the hell was that? I am really angry right now. Like, you can't see my face, but like, I am really angry right now because like, that was so awful. And like, the marketing was so misleading. Like, there are so many shots. Let's talk about the trailers, all right? There are so many shots in the trailers where Michael Morbius, you know, he's like, he walked past this poster of Spider-Man, and then it says murderer. Spider-Man is a murderer, and I guess it has to be Andrew Garfield. It has to be Andrew Garfield because remember in Spider-Man No Way Home, No Way Home, Andrew Garfield, he said that after Gwen's death, he became bitter. He became angry and bitter. He didn't pull his punches. He didn't, you know, he started pulling his punches and like, he basically murdered and killed. Like, Andrew Garfield's version of Spider-Man straight up murdered criminals, like bad guys, villains. Like, he didn't put them behind bars. So maybe that's why it had the murderer. That's my theory. That's my theory of why it has murderer written on the poster of the Spider-Man poster, and then Michael Morbius was walking past it. And then we saw, of course, Adrian Toomes, the Vultures, in the trailers. The director or the marketing, whoever's responsible, spoiled the character of Adrian Toomes, Michael Keaton, the Vulture from the MCU Spider-Man Homecoming, in the trailers. It's so misleading. And there's also a shot in the trailer, in one of the trailers, where you saw the Oscorp building. Yeah, the Oscorp building is not in the actual film. That shot was taken out of. Adrian Toomes was taken out of the actual movie. He just appeared in the post-credit scene. And the 2 post-credit scenes. There's 2 post-credit scenes, and they're both 5 seconds long. They really should have it really should have been just 1 post-credit scene. Like, combine the 2 together because they're really short. They're so abrupt. I don't know. I mean, this movie has gone over numerous amounts of reshoots and a numerous amounts of delay. As a result, it really damaged the film as a final product. It really did. It sucks too. Like, the reshoots, I really wish they would have they really should have stuck with the original plan. I don't know what it was, but it could have been, whatever it was, it might have been It could have been something better than what we've actually gotten. Because this is horrible. This is awful. It's terrible. Don't see this movie, ladies and gentlemen. Don't see this movie. All right? See any other movie. Sonic the Hedgehog is coming out. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is coming out next week. Look forward to that. All right? Look forward to that. Also, Fantastic Beasts. So, yeah. Look forward to all of that. Look forward into the future. And I cannot wait for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse. I seriously can't wait for that movie. Look forward towards the future. And don't watch this fucking movie. It's not worth it. Save your money, alright? Save $15, $16, whatever. Save your money. And look forward to the future for something better. And move on. Alright, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to my review/rant of Morbius. Holy shit. It really is. I don't want to see this movie. I yawned. This movie was so boring and so dull. I yawned like 3 times when I was watching it at the theaters. There's no humor. There really is no humor. This movie sucks more than just blood. There's no humor. It's soulless. It's dead. It's like I'm looking at a pale reflection of what the actual movie should be. Or could have been. Or would have been. But anyway, thank you so much for taking your time to listening to my review. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for sticking around. And I will see all of you lovely people really soon.